Me, my sister, and my mum have been trying to make sense of this, and the facts get less comforting the more we compare our experiences of this night. One Friday night, I was home alone, while my family stayed in their cabin a few kilometres away, apart from my 21-year-old sister, who was at work. I'm used to staying home alone. This exact scenario is very common in the summertime, especially while I'm working and can't travel from the cabin and back. I'm not usually jumpy or afraid while home alone. I'm used to the odd creaks and settling noises of our old house. I was especially comforted by the fact that my sister's dog was also in the house with me that night, and most noises could be attributed to him. If anything were to happen, he would act as a guard dog and alert me to anything odd. He is the type of dog to bark at any noise or person walking past the door or windows, so I'm used to hearing him bark or growl at night. The sound of his barks at nearly 12 a.m. were disconcerting, to say the least. Despite my comfort with staying home alone, I'm still terrified at the thought of a break-in or some uninvited human interaction at night. I let him bark for a few seconds, telling myself it was just someone walking past our glass door in the adjacent alleyway, and he would quieten down once they passed. Needless to say, that's not what happened. He kept barking and growling for a while, and I finally got out of bed and walked upstairs to check. I sleep in the basement. As I'd suspected, he was standing alert at the glass door. I was comforted for a moment until I walked over and saw the door was open about 2 or 3 inches. I froze. I had let Bosco, the dog, out earlier that night, but I know I closed the door. I have never left this door open. I am a paranoid person with anxiety, especially concerning break-ins, so I would never forget to close the door. I'm 100% certain. But at that time, I didn't let myself think about these facts, or even acknowledge that I could have left the door open, because I knew it would send me into a spiral, possibly even a panic attack, if I didn't explain this away. I closed and locked the door, double checking that it was certainly locked. All of the lights were off, so using the flashlight on my phone, I looked around the entire ground floor of my house, including closets and other reasonable hiding spots, just to put my mind at ease. Upon finding nothing, I went back downstairs to my room. As I was down there, trying to push away the fear, I could hear Bosco walking around on the floor above, that doubles as my bedroom's roof. I thought I was overthinking it when it started to sound like human footsteps, accompanied by Bosco's footsteps. He walks around for about 10 minutes before I put my earphones in and calm myself down until I can fall asleep. At 2 a.m, my sister arrives home from work. I woke up a few minutes before this to Bosco in the basement, whining at my bedroom door. When I got up to let him out, my sister walked in, and we let him out the front door rather than the glass patio door. We talked for a while before I went back downstairs and my sister went to the bathroom. I was busy with work for the next few days and forgot to mention it to anyone until tonight. My sister and my mum were home with me for a movie night, while my dad and my brothers stayed at the cabin. I remembered the door situation when we were picking out horror movies to watch. I was sharing it as a creepy, almost funny story before my sister spoke up, saying that same night an hour or so after they'd gotten home, the door was open again. That same door that was locked from the inside and not opened since earlier that night. My stomach dropped and I started shaking the second this was revealed. We first started trying to explain it away. Maybe she had let Bosco out and forgot to close it, until we both recalled that we'd used the front door. Then we were trying to justify a reason someone would break in, not to steal anything, and proceed to stay for 2 hours before leaving. Ultimately, I realised that I quite possibly locked someone in the house with me, then forced them to hide upstairs while I searched the ground floor of our house. Then this hypothetical person would be trapped up there, now knowing that this house, that appears empty with the rest of my family gone and all of the lights off, was not empty, and there was a dog who would bark if they showed themselves again, alerting me to their presence. Then, when I was in the basement and my sister was in the bathroom, they ran out the glass door, which is timed perfectly to when they found the door open once more, much wider than when I found it, as though they were only in a hurry on the way out. Perhaps they left it open the first time for a quick escape, or to stop the loud sound of it meeting the door frame. Either way, it ties in too perfectly for me to reasonably brush it off. I'm shaken up, thinking of the possibility of someone being in my house while I was sleeping, alone in the basement. There's a part of me that doesn't believe it, but I can't shake too many coincidences that all tie together to make this as concerning as it is. I'm certainly glad that my searching came up empty that night, and I didn't meet this person face to face.